Hello, hello. Okay, there we go. Mic is now working. I don't know why I wasn't. What's up, guys? I know there's not anyone in right now, but this is being recorded. It's been a while. It has been a while, that's for sure. Let's get going here. I'm going to get all my ducks in a row, just finish some of the stuff that I was working on earlier. Let me pull some of this stuff up so I can see the chat, get all my stuff going here. Okay, editing Davinci Resolve, China, Japan footage, that all looks good. Let me post on Instagram while I pull up Davinci. Mic is a little quiet. Okay, turn it up. Tell me when it sounds good. Test, test. Does that sound better? Sound good? Does that sound good? I'm trying to pull this up on my iPad actually, so I can see chat on the iPad. Okay, so the last time I live streamed, YouTube got mad at me for copyright music, but I actually have like the licenses for the music, so I don't know. It's gonna be, I think I have to be a YouTube partner before they like actually see that I'm not taking copyright free music or copyrighted music. All right, let's get this moved over here. Let's get some background music. Oops. Okay. Gonna post on Instagram real quick. Chat is off? Why is chat off? Okay, gotta check why chat is off. Oops. Full on text messages out on stream. Faith, you don't see that? I'm getting things figured out here. Music's too loud, chat's not working, my brain's not working. All right, let's get started here. So, if there's anyone, can they type in the chat to see if it's working? My girlfriend, my lovely girlfriend, is saying that the chat is not working. So if it's not working, then that's a problem. But if I see some chatters, then it might not be that big of an issue. So let's get started. I'm going through footage from Japan. What's up, Blur Vision? Okay, so chat is working. That is a good sign. Welcome to the stream, sir. Recently I took a trip to China and Japan, and I'm going through selects here, and there's a ton of footage, like a ton. And let me know if the music's too loud or if my voice is too low, too high. Let me know, because I haven't streamed in a while, so these settings are kind of all over the place. But greetings from Amsterdam. Great to have you here, especially if you're from Amsterdam. That's sick. I literally just spilled this smoothie on my carpet. But let's get started here. So I'm gonna create a timeline. I'm gonna say all selects. This is my select process. This is Davinci 20 as well, so there's some things I gotta get used to for sure. So I'm gonna go here to my selects, add a new one, create all selects. Let's drag some of this down. Being kind of slow today, huh? Being kind of laggy, slow. Okay. It's a lot of footage. I don't blame it for being laggy. So this is kind of what we're working with. So this is some of the selects from Japan. Has some nice temples here. Yes, this is a great place to learn, and also my other live streams should be pretty helpful for you. Today we're just kind of chilling, editing some stuff, and hanging out. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to answer them and assist. I haven't live streamed in like maybe it's been a really long time, so bear with me, because I gotta lock in the settings and make sure everything is good to go. So all of this footage is Sony S-Log3 footage, and I've converted it to Rec 709. I did this by changing the input color space to sgamma3.cine to S-Log3 to Rec 709 and Gamma 2.4. And what I'm doing is going through all of these things, all of these selects, all of my footage, and I'm picking out the best clips of them all and raising them one track and then bringing them into another timeline called all selects. I was hoping to get done more than what was done, because I have Tokyo footage I haven't gotten through, and I want to make a postcards video on Instagram. That's our main objective for today, is to make a moving frames postcards in color grade. So we're gonna pick some really nice clips, color grade them, and post them to Instagram. Mainly posting them to Instagram tomorrow. So Let's continue here. Let's see what we got. The select process is kind of a boring process, so that's why I was hoping it would be done by now, but it is what it is. Let me make this bigger for you too. So bottom is keep, sorry, up is keep, bottom is delete. So like for instance, this is the original footage on the bottom track. Like when I bring it into the timeline, I put it onto track 1, and then I'm scrubbing across. When I see something that I like for instance, I like this shot here, or at least parts of it. Man, Davinci 20 is being kind of laggy. I like this shot here, so what I do is I raise it up 1 track. My short key for that is option up. And so I go through, and it makes editing really nice when you like just have all the best shots in one spot. That's a nice little pan up right there. So I just go through, literally scrub. I'm not gonna do this all on stream right now because it's gonna take forever and it's kind of boring. So I'll find some really nice shots for us to work with in color grade, and hopefully I can show you something you didn't know. It'll be helpful. This is a cool shot. Right here is pretty sick. Yeah, right there's nice. That's pretty nice as well. Also, all this music is from MusicBed. That's licensed, but YouTube likes to still get mad at me for using it, so hopefully it doesn't happen. This is kind of a nice shot here. And this is all still in D-Log, so it's like a flat color profile. Blur Vision, are you a videographer? How long have you been doing it for? And what editing software are you using now? That's a nice shot. This will be color graded nice. Oh, I forgot, I gotta post on Instagram here about that I'm streaming. Give me 1 second. I gotta share this copy. One second, guys. I gotta share this to my Instagram. Okay. All right, so I spilled smoothie on my carpet and getting all these settings done and dialed, posted on my Instagram. Now let's just edit. So I'm going to do a little bit more of the select process. I just started like a year ago, really into video more, and I edit in Premiere. Awesome. I started in Premiere. I've been editing for maybe 4 years now, 4 or 5 years. I switched to Davinci 2 years ago, and I'm really loving it. Hello. I spilled it right here. Thank you very much. Yeah. If you want to take this cup too, that would be great. This was a cool spot in Japan. We went with a huge group of people, so like we did some like for fun content, like this is us Naruto running through the fields. So there's a lot of for fun content here. This is my girlfriend, Faith. You just saw her. She just helped me clean some stuff. And now my dog is licking up the spilled stuff on the carpet. This is actually funny. He almost hit us with the drone here. Like very, very closely. He almost hit us with the drone. I was a little bit suspicious of letting him use it. So let's go to some fun content. Let's go to Tokyo. Let's find some really nice shots in Tokyo. We went to a baseball game in Sakamoto. We randomly, the person in the middle, his last name is Sakamoto. His name is Steven Sakamoto. What's up, Brett? And so we went to this baseball game, and we had to get jerseys. They were like freaking $120, but we had to because it's his last name, so it's just funny. It was a very cool. Here, let me get these to Rec 709 so they look a little bit better. Give me 1 second. I'll just do it real quick. It won't take very long. So we are using Sony 3 Gamut Cine, and Sony S Gamut 3.Cine. We're going to S-Log 3. We're converting that to Rec 709 and Gamma 2.4. Wherever Gamma 2.4 is. Here, right, I'll show you some good footage. I'm not done with the selects process yet, but I don't know why, but ever since I updated this Davinci, everything's like super laggy. Alright, let's just get into some of this footage. This was super sick. Baseball game in Tokyo, it's so sick. Got some footage here, some wipe transitions. You know how I like to edit or film. These people were going crazy though. It was so funny. We snuck into the other side. And these guys were going absolute berserk. Let me try to find. I was kind of scared of filming them. Thank you, Red. I've been. There's some really good spots in here, but they were like fully going berserk. Baseball is like their thing. If I can find anything. I know I got in there. I'm surprised I can't find where it is. Maybe here? Bro, Davinci's being so laggy. Sorry, there's like there's some weird stuff going on with my computer. So this is all cool stuff. I'm not finding anything actually that exciting. People are just getting lit. They got done with work and they're like, let's drink and go watch this baseball game. So Japan, actually, they are big fans of baseball. I was using the ZVE1, and dude, it did the trick for sure. It was so good. The autofocus is kind of annoying actually though. It wasn't bad, it's just like I've been shooting manual for a good amount of time, so being able to control where the focus is, like for instance, like it just like pops up and these people are, it's just like kind of finicky working with autofocus again. But let's move on to some later stuff in Tokyo. These shots are pretty cool. Of Faith. Let me see. So there was like a street light flickering here, and we're like, oh, let's utilize this somehow. And so like there's a street light here, and bro, my computer is tripping right now. Give me 1 second. So we did some little handheld motion, and I love the orange, like the lights in the background of this building and stuff. This has some energy. I like how it's gonna look. It's kind of like streetwear vibes. I like what she's wearing. And yeah, this building was so sick. And I'm definitely whip painting especially when it comes to like buildings like this. Just doing some different camera movements around. It really, Tokyo started getting crazy like around this time. Like here's some shrines. Some shrine stuff. Red was like popping and everything. I need to get started on an edit, but I haven't finished the select, so I'm like, I need to find postcards. That's what I'm working on, and I'll make some postcards for Instagram tomorrow. Thank you, sir. This was shot on the ZVE1 and on a gimbal, the smallest gimbal, the Ronin 4 Mini. And that's what I shot like the majority of everything on. I'm just trying to find some cool, like this shot's gonna be nice. I could even do this as a moving postcard. Sure, let's do this. Let's do one of these. I think that's a really cool shot actually. So let's start color grading this. I actually have an exciting project coming up. I'm doing some stuff with the company called Lens Distortions. And basically I'm going to create like 4 creative reels and just use their assets. And I always use Lens Distortions anyways, so it makes it's going to be a really good campaign with them. It's going to be fun. I'm going to be using a lot of this footage for it. Let's call this edit. Here's some of my China selects. So this is the Gobi Desert. We were out here hiking 70 miles for international peace. It was incredibly hard. Incredibly. Like, it was one of the hardest filming I've ever done in my life. I think it was like level 10 hardness. But I am making a shoe brand commercial from this trip. What? Oh yeah. Faith just said the shot of the colors is crazy. Yeah, this shot is berserk. I'm trying to find it. I was like off on the side of the road. But we got a drone shot of this too. So these fireworks are so sick. Let me find the drone shot. This is the guy. This is the guy we went with. Or he was the tour. He was a very interesting guy. Very funny. We had such a good time in China. We just were like hanging out with people from Hong Kong and getting to know them and have fun with them. So we got like a lot of funny footage, as well as like proper like footage of the shoes and for the campaign and all that stuff. So we'll have a lot to choose from, that's for sure. I did not, but it would have been nice for the running shots for sure. Like for instance, this shot right here, the tracking module would have been really nice to keep it center frame. I honestly just kind of got sick of lugging it around, so I eventually didn't shoot with the Ronin. Just because it was like always getting in the way and stuff. But yeah, so this is some good stuff. I don't know if I can do moving frames of from this, because I need like static shots. But this is kind of like the vibe from China. This was the Gobi Desert in China. It was crazy. It was like such a cool experience. And this shot's actually really sick. This hero shot. This is without it color graded or anything, so it's gonna look nice. He's rolling down the hill now. For whatever reason, he wanted to roll down the hill. Steven Sakamoto, there he is. The man. I was just talking about you, actually. What time is it in Bali, Steven? Look at this. Jackie looking like a boss. Look at that hero shot. Got some ultras right here. That's gonna be such a banger for them. This shot right here. Once it's color graded and stuff, it's gonna be nice. Essentially, we did a campaign. They gave everyone that went shoes, and oh, you're back in LA already. I thought you were. Yeah, the guy with his own baseball jersey. Yep. Blur Vision. Let me show you some of my favorite shots we got on the trip. Actually, they should be in the all selects already. Oh, Steve, this is you, by the way. I think they'll make this like black and white, and do some like motion blur stuff. But it looks pretty sick. Sand on my sensor, not fun. Their footage was pretty sick too. I want to get to their drone footage. I don't know where it's at. Oh, here it is. Oh, this is them getting stuck on the mountain right here. Steven. Our friends, they got stuck on a mountain and they needed emergency help. This is why. There was a rock that fell on this rock right here. It hit his leg, and I guess it hurt really bad, and he got stuck. We were trying to get on this ridge, and we had to call for emergency help. They were not happy with us at all. But some of these shots are super sick. Like this shot's so nice. Once it's color graded, it's gonna look so good. Steve, look at this car in the whole shot for these hero shots. This, I'm gonna have to edit out for sure. It pisses me off. The fact that they parked right there like really pissed me off when we were filming. Nothing we could do about it though. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. What is going on? One second. Give me 1 second. Dude, this new Samsung software is like so glitchy. The reason why media's offline is because the Samsung software. Well, we're experiencing lots of technical difficulties today. That's okay though. It says 0 clips missing yet. It says me offline. I'm just gonna restart this. Okay. Why don't I talk? I have been talking. I'm just experiencing some technical difficulties right now. Give me 1 second. There we go. Okay, that was weird. So the flying a drone in China actually proved to be extremely difficult, like extremely. There's so many laws and regulations against it. And when I actually got it registered in China, I paid like $50 to get it registered. But then once I got there, I had to sign up for some government regulatory thing on my actual like transmitter, and I didn't have Wi-Fi or a Chinese phone number, which I needed to get, so I couldn't fly my drone. But I had the media team that was with us fly for us, and it was really funny trying to communicate with them. I don't know what's going on here. Give me 1 second. My hard drive keeps on disconnecting and connecting. One second. I can't tell if it's a problem with the Samsung software or if it's a problem with my SSD. Should be back though. I think it's a problem with my Samsung. This thing is a problem. Samsung Magician, this thing is a nightmare, absolute nightmare. There's two options that you can do. You could do Samsung Magician, or it's like Security Assistant or something like that. But this Magician, ever since I've downloaded it, it's been an absolute nightmare. It's funny because I haven't even had a problem with any of this until I started streaming. Let's quit all this stuff that's going on. Well, it looks like I have to update my Magician. Samsung's Magician. Maybe that's what the issue was. It wasn't updated. I'm going to have to install it. Says the installation failed. Okay. Sorry, guys. God, so I understand. Trust me, I know this is not what you want to see. Sometimes things happen and I gotta try to fix them on the fly. Give me 1 second. Okay. If it crashes again, then I'll probably just have to stop and figure out what's going on with Samsung Magician. Is basically what's happening is the SSD is disconnecting from my laptop and then it goes blank on Davinci, which has never happened until now. So if it continues to happen, I'll just end the stream. This shot's pretty sick right here. The food in China was so good. This shot is one of my favorites right here. Boom, look at that. Jackie Chan, what's up? What's up, bro? Welcome, welcome. Going through some of the Shanghai footage. I'm having some problems with my SSD, so it just like keeps on crashing. These are the selects we've gotten so far, though. I'm just going through them. And also, Casso, I probably won't be making a full edit today. I'm kind of just organizing everything. I just wanted to start the stream because I'm trying to stream every single day, and I'll kind of get through what I can. And if I can't make an edit today, that's okay. I'll make one tomorrow. On the way to the airport, where are you headed to? Look at this shot, Jackie. That's a fire shot. The roller coaster. Here, I'll make a moving frames roller coaster edition. How about that? I'll start with this. Look at you. You loving life. Where are you headed to, Jackie? Actually, I really have to continue my selects process, to be honest. I can do some color here. I want to test out some things, actually. Alright. Let's do some editing. Bro, the new Davinci update is making it so laggy. I want to mess around with this film look creator. I want to see how powerful it is. I mean, already that looks pretty sweet. This is a clip we're working with. This will probably be in my moving frames, just like a quick pan up. From there, boom. Let's do a clean slate. Let's mess around in here. Okay. Really, I don't think this clip needs much. I feel like the white balance is nice. Contrast is pretty good. If anything, it needs to be brightened up in the highlights. But I'm really liking what the contrast and everything about it. So let's color grade it and get used to this film look creator, because would be nice to kind of see how powerful this is. So it looks like this core look cinematic is like is definitely just like a greenish look. Let's see what Rochester is like. It's more blue. I kind of like that a lot better. Bring up exposure a bit. Make, have it a little bit more contrasty. Let's see what fade. I don't want to fade the blacks. White balance I'm gonna leave alone. I could push it to a warmer look, but let's leave it as is. Let's enable split toning. And I don't want it to be, let's see, I'm wanting it more like this type of split toning. Blues in the highlights, stuff like that. This is how you can create your own look using the film look creator. And it's built in Davinci. It's free. It's literally free. And you can see how much it's doing to the image already. I like it a lot. Like, I love... We can push like green into a lot of the image. We got some hype music going right now. Basically what this hue angle is doing is it's changing the complementary colors. So like it's adding in complementary colors based on, it's basically adding a split tone to the image. It looks like this pivot is like, which way do you want to go with the split toning? For instance, I think this is adding orange and it's adding blue. And so if you go left on the pivot, you're adding more blue into your image. If you go right, you're adding more warmth to your image. So it really depends on what you're going for. It has vignette, which is kind of nice. I will actually have vignette for sure on this. I like that. There's also another look. I wish you guys could see a bigger image of this. Maybe if I command F it.
Friend, I understand this much. You crushed me open.
Oops.
Listen.
I don't know what's going on in terms of the
half worlds.
The.
Our mouths hold a lick of life never.
Let's skip that song. The music. You can add halation for those who like halation. I'm not a big halation fan. I'll just leave that as is. We got bloom, we got grain. You already know I'm adding grain. like 35 millimeter. I'll show you guys how to make an anamorphic look as well in a second. So this is before, and that's after with what I did. I could actually bring down the highlights too. It's a little bit too much in my taste. But it's pretty desaturated image to begin with. Like, there's not much color in this, which is fine. Oh, let's add a little bloom too. Why not? Let's add bloom and decrease the highlights. I'm really enjoying pushing color grades recently, so I might try to push this into a pretty unique look eventually, but I want to just mess around with some stuff in Davinci, the film look creator, all that stuff. Don't want flicker, none of this. Global blend, let's see what this does. I think this is just the intensity of everything that we've done so far. Let's see what these other ones are. So that's Rochester. I want to see what Akasaka is. I didn't really see much of anything there. Elated, vintage, cinematic. Yeah, I think I prefer Rochester. Just making some tweaks here and there. I'll turn down the grain just a tad. I kind of overdid it on the grain. Let's do like 0.25. Let's see what that looks like. This is a cool shot. I like it a lot. I feel like it needs a little bit more color. So I'm boost a little bit more color. I want to also mess around with adding color into the highlights. A little bit of a warmness. Feels like there's something weird happening with the image, like right in here somewhere. Okay, in terms of making it look a little bit anamorphic, I'm pretty sure I've actually never done it. I'm just messing around with things today. That's the only way we can learn and grow, right? Is doing a prism blur. But it looks absolutely crazy right now, like absolutely crazy. You can bring the strength down, and also what you want to do is actually to create a mask first. So like this, and the characters on anamorphic is there's lots of like barrel distortion on the edges, so you definitely want to invert this. Um, it's just kind of a cool technique to make some really cool stuff, like a really cool um, effects. But I'm not a big fan of crazy aberration, so I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. Just mess with the blur strength until you're at a desired position. Looks a little bit too much, but this is how you can create a unique look um, in Davinci with everything built in. Some people might not like the blurriness in the edges, but I actually really enjoy the look of anamorphic. So I tend to put this. Recently, I've been tending to lean towards this kind of distorted look on the edges. I'm just gonna blur it out a little bit more. I've been really loving grain and distortion on the edges. That's what I've been loving recently. I think this is a little bit overexposed. So I'm gonna bring highlights like really down. I think that looks pretty cool. Let's mess with more images with these plugins. Let's just copy this and let's go to the ending of Japan stuff. There you are, Jackie. Actually, this would be a good shot to do it. This is a really cool shot, in my opinion. Okay, so that does not look good. Let's do it from the beginning. I wish I could make this like bigger for you guys. Because I'm actually seeing it in a monitor view. I'm forgetting how to... Okay. Let's mess with this image. I'm curious to see what the radial blur would do with this. Makes it absolutely crazy. Stylized is kind of nice. But this is just another way of making kind of a unique looking image. Let's see, let's change this. Without like actually using So like to achieve this image, you'd want to like actually shoot it with vintage lenses or something like that to get these distortion in the background. But with Davinci, you can do some pretty cool stuff. Like I actually really like this. I really like the look of this with the radial blur. Let me show you. To me, it looks really freaking cool. And I love experimenting with stuff like this. Just to give my images a little bit more character than, just like Sony footage. I shot this on Sony and Tamron lenses, so it's like, how can I liven up the image a little bit? And of course, this isn't color graded. I'm just like messing with the effects. Let's say I wanted to use a lens distortions look on this. I like Explorer Teal a lot. It's looking really, really cool in my opinion. What do you guys think of this radial blur? I think it's pretty cool. I'll show you guys what it's doing. It's doing a lot. It might actually be too much. It might be doing too much, but like instead of trying to find lenses for this, you can just use Davinci, use radial blur. And then there's also, let's get rid of this and let's do this. Let's do prism blur. And again, this looks crazy, but give it some time, give it some tweaking. We want to have that anamorphic look to it, of course. I don't want the aberration to be crazy, just a little. I just want a little. I just want a little bit of blur. And so you get this really kind of, it really brings attention to the main subject. It adds like, I think in a really nice artistic look to the edges. And you get a unique character with just a couple of clicks. For sure. Curious to see what it would look on this. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I think I'm definitely gonna. This is gonna be part of my little secret sauce. I think going into the future is like, I'm gonna have. Actually, it's not really so secret. I'm showing you on the live stream, right? But I think I'm gonna be doing a lot of blur on my images, the edges of my image. I really like it. I love chromatic aberration. I love distortion. I love the look of anamorphic glass. And if I can get that using photography lenses, then I'm a happy person. Of course, anamorphic would be more like 2.35 like this. But that looks so buzzword cinematic, in my opinion. That looks so sick. I wish we actually like went through this whole thing and he poured it, but we only had a couple chances with this. Because there's people waiting behind us, so it's like we didn't want to be rude. It's literally like a spiritual place. But this already looks pretty fire. Like, I'd probably have it like this. And then he's going down, and then it gets poured like that. So if I were to edit like a sequence or whatever. He'll be walking. I like these better, actually. Man, I wish we filmed more actually here because this looks really beautiful. I'm so gassed. Ooh. That's a beautiful shot, if I do say so myself. That's a beautiful freaking shot right there. Let's add our little secret sauce to it. He's blurry, comes in focus here. Wow. That is nice. This blur and chromatic aberration is so cool. Like, people are gonna be like, what lenses is he shooting on? Because it looks crazy. It's Tamron. It's Tamron. Let's add some grain. Let's keep on adding cool stuff to this. I will actually be editing soon. Not today, but when I finish my selects, I will. Let's do clean slate. Let's add some grain. I'm pretty happy with that amount. All right, let's check if YouTube got mad at me for playing music in the background. I haven't been able to look. It looks like it's fine, which is really good. Thank goodness. Man, I really did love the radial blur on this image in particular. It's just crazy looking. It looks so like distorted. It's crazy. If I'm thinking about this in like a filming sense of a commercial, right? If I'm thinking about like what could have been done better, literally we filmed this in 5 minutes, and we only had like one chance to get the shots. His face, right? It's pretty flat in terms of lighting. What would be nice is if it was lit on one side, on this side of his face, right here. We would want to shoot it like that, where he's getting hit with sunlight here and then a little patch around his cheek. Unfortunately, we didn't have, the tools for that, but some ways you could achieve that is having a bounce and bouncing light back into his face on the side you want. So someone could be sitting over here bouncing light into his face. You could get a really powerful light and lighten him up over here. But I really think like bouncing light is the best way of illuminating his face in this scenario. Just so you get some contrast on his face. There's some contrast on his hands, which is nice. Man, I wish we had the full shot of him pouring here, but he only had one chance to pour. Sounds like an Eminem song. One chance, you only got one shot. Don't lose your. Oh God, I'm messing it up. You can ask my friends. I'm very bad at lyrics. I really like this reflection too of him. needs to be a little bit more centered, I think. That's a beauty. I really like that. That blur, actually, I really like it. I don't start using this a ton in my workflow. I mean, we could just make a little sequence if we wanted to. Let's see. So what I like doing is I like bringing my all selects down here. I like bringing my all selects here. And actually, no, I'm not going to make a sequence. I need to make moving postcards. That's our objective. Okay, that's our objective. Postcards. So let's do that. This can be our first postcard. Jackie being our star. So essentially these are just moving static frames. So it'll be him walking up like this, boom, and holding. That's it. That can be one frame. And I love the blur. I love the blur. Give me more blur on the distortion on the edges. So timeline output blanking 2.35. I'm just rocking with that for the majority of the time. All right. Let's do this shot, and I guess I can't tease them with just like him not pouring it. So let me find like the shot of him pouring it. We gotta fix the rotation a little bit here too. Guys, you know what's funny? I actually haven't edited in like, I think it's been since the last time I live streamed. It's been a really long time since I edited. I need him to take his hand off of the ball. What is up, Cameron Crusoe? Okay, so you got that dub. I got that dub last night. There we go. Matches perfectly. And then I can just throw this look that I've created here. And throw it here. I want to see what that looks like. Oh, that is juicy. Tell me that that's not juicy. With the distortion and everything, oh, that looks good. And it's just a radial blur. I like that a lot, actually. Just to kind of even out the clips. Start it here. That's a beauty. Very clean. Very nice looking. Cool. That's one postcard. Even though that this is moving, I'm still gonna post it. I gotta fix the rotation here. Where is the rotation? Here it is. Cool. That looks cool. That will be one Instagram frame. The trip was sick, dude. I was showing people the selects process earlier. I'll show you some of the shots that we got. Bruh. I don't know why, but the timelines have been so laggy so far. In the new Davinci update. So this is like a Buddha temple that we went to. It was like super sick. We got some really cool shots here. I can make this even bigger because of the it was just a vibe. The whole place is just a vibe. We got us meditating, chilling. I wonder what this would look like with the same look on it. Looks kind of crazy. That's pretty crazy. Let us turn that off. Oh, it's because it has both. It's because it has both on it. I like that. The greens. All right, very easy way of changing your colors in DaVinci. Oh, they changed this. I have no idea how to do it. Oh wait, no they didn't. They just added a different way. Different setting. So this is how you change things very easily. If you want to have a crazy orange look, you can have a crazy orange look. You have a crazy... Oh, my camera's gone. So many problems today, huh? So many problems. Guess I'm using my FaceTime. My Mac camera. What was I doing? Okay. So easy way of changing your greens, make a minty fresh green. You could do that if you want. You can make them purple if you want. Look how easy it is in DaVinci to change shit. It's crazy. That's why I love DaVinci. Let's find a good color green for this. I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow, I feel like. Minimal change, but it looks pretty fire. Alright, let's continue going through this timeline. So these are the clips I've already selected. So we're gonna make lots of edits from this footage. This is the Hong Kong portion actually. So we got some friction arm shots of us making some Chinese. I actually forget what they're called, these symbols. but it's gonna look really nice when that's all added into an edit. And tomorrow we will actually get to edit, I promise. Today is just like getting the stream back and going, and going through the footage, seeing the shots that we got, getting used to the footage, and then the edit will begin. We can make an edit tomorrow, or I could show the edit that I make tomorrow. I'm just trying to find some static frames. This place was super sick. I'm curious. I want to see. Actually, I'm gonna do it with her. I want to see what this looks like. This look with the distortion over here. Oh, I love the distortion here. Funny story with her. She was just like some random person we met, but she ended up being like a super talented photographer, and she's from Russia. Perfect vibe for this. Perfect vibe for this whole this shot. This architecture and everything is grungy, moody. She's moody for sure. She's like fully tatted. That's really cool. Let's see what it looks like with the radial blur. Wow. I love the radial blur. I love the look of the radial blur. Look at that. It's freaking sick. For this, I would probably bring it down. I'd probably bring it down a little bit. Maybe not that much down. There we go. So sick. So this could be a moving frame for tomorrow too. And also, guys, this is my first stream in maybe a really long time, so I'm getting back in the flow of things. If you want to learn DaVinci Resolve, I will definitely be doing more intensive editing. This is my first day back, so I'm just kind of getting back to the flow of things, getting used to everything. This is sick, guys. This is so sick. It's a legendary spot in Hong Kong. Oh, I love the blur. I think it's gonna be one of my signature looks. I don't know how it's gonna look on drone footage though. That's what I'm a little bit concerned about. But I think it's gonna be part of my secret sauce. Sue Gel Extreme, what's up, man? I may have gotten your name wrong, but I cannot see your edits right now, but I can check them out after this for sure. We can do that. We can do this one. We can do this one. And then we'll match that with this. So guys, right now our goal is to make some postcards from Hong Kong. This is a perfect postcard. Even that movement is just fire. her face is a little dark because of the cap. I think it's a vibe. I definitely gotta bring up shadows on her specifically. To do that, just create another mask around her. Or you can magic mask her, but I would prefer to use an actual mask. To lighten her up a little bit and then obviously soften it out. She was a badass. She was just super cool. God, I love this radial blur. I'm so glad that I came upon it. What am I saying, bro? I think I like it more than I like the prism blur. Which ones do you guys like? Prism blur? This is prism blur, okay? Prism blur. And then this one, radial blur. I think I'm liking the radial blur. Use 2 tool? What is 2 tool? Now the question is, do we start with a wide? I'm assuming, right? So let's start with a wide and then bring this. Let's bring it here. Yeah, that's sick. What is the rest of her movement here? I think that's really nice. Hi, I want to get better in film making, the way that I can take shots and tell a story through a video. What advice would you give me to improve in editing, shooting, color grading? Editing, shooting, and color grading. Biggest advice is Sean. Thank you for coming and thank you for participating in the chat. Welcome. I would say the biggest thing that you could do is just do it every single day. I know that's kind of a cop-out answer, but the only way that you'll improve is if you do it every single day and you put yourself out there. And research, find somebody that inspires you heavily, see if they have a course, buy courses, but really the most important thing is go out there and shoot. Like literally go out and shoot and edit and color grade and do it every single day. But definitely YouTube tutorials help a lot, like a lot. And I'm definitely going to be doing a lot of Davinci streams, so if you're interested in that, then come hang out, bro. I'm going to be doing it every single day at this time on the weekdays if I'm not shooting for clients. I mean, second tool, I don't remind tool name. That's like, it looks like water droplet. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. There's like a mask you can make of her face. Are you talking about the dropper? Like selecting her face, like, and then going in and doing that. I mean, I could do that as well, but I kind of like brightening up the whole area around her. So this is the ZVE1. Sony ZVE1. It has the same sensor as the FX3 and A7S3. It's a beast. Highly recommend using. Highly recommend using it. It is like super small, lightweight. I think it is probably one of the best travel cameras you can have, because it's like super light, portable. It's a beast. It's an absolute beast. This literally looks like a Beats commercial. Like, it's crazy. Such a sick spot. Such a sick spot. It's not sponsored by Beats at all. Yes, sir. It is at Fitz Masterson. I'll type it in the chat. On Instagram, on TikTok, all of the platforms. And again, today is kind of a chill day. We're just getting back accustomed to streaming, to going through the footage, to making sure everything's working right. We'll be a lot more productive in the future streams this week. I just wanted to come in here and mess around with some color grades and see. I've been really curious about the prism blur. And guys, the reason why I'm doing this is to make it look like anamorphic. Anamorphic lenses have distortion on the edges. It stretches the images. I love how it looks. I don't even care about the flare. I love how it makes an image look. And so that's why I'm doing this. And that's why I have a timeline output blanking 2.35. It's like very similar to anamorphic format wise. Like this needs to be rotated as well. But I'm working on a postcards video for Instagram tomorrow, and we'll see how the radial flares are taken. They're a little bit intense, but I think it looks really cool, in my opinion. Like, this is with it. This is without them. It still looks really good. It looks clean. But I like me some distortion on the edges. And I might tone it down too. But what do you guys think? Do you guys like the distortion or no distortion? There's never a right answer, because it's art, and art is subjective, you know? So I'm really liking it though. So that's not without, that's with. Sure. Let's mess around with speed ramping, actually. Oh, infusion. No, sorry. I'm not a big fusion guy, unfortunately. Also, guys, camera movements that are for transition purposes and like just having cool elements, like always whip pan, especially if you're on tight focal lengths. You can get some really cool stuff that way. Let's see what else we can mess with. Yeah, I like it a lot. Thank you. I like the distortion a lot. It I feel like it fits in this shot really well. Even in this, it's nice. Once you add some sound effects and stuff. Yeah, Fusion's a little complex, but I'm gonna get into it for sure. I like the distortion a lot on this too. Let's see what else we got here. Let's edit this. Or let's pick the best one. Let's color grade this. I really like this actually. Let's color grade this. Using only Davinci. I'm not gonna cheat and use a LUT, guys. I'm not gonna cheat. Alright, no cheating. So we created a node that at the end transforms it from slug3 to rec709. Without this, it looks like that. Okay, so we're transferring it to rec709. You want to have your look after your conversion. Okay, we want this after your conversion. I already like this film look that's added to it. That's really nice, in my opinion. That's really nice. Just one click of a button, you already have a very unique looking look. But let's do a clean slate. Let's just like put it to the max so we can see what's happening to the image. Like, let's see. Ooh, elated is pretty cool. Vintage is nice too. For this one, let's just do Rochester, okay? This one is pretty like, since he's out of focus, like it's pretty stylistic shot. So let's push this quite a bit. I'm gonna try to create the look actually just through the color settings. So let's definitely pump up the contrast like a lot. Let's bring down exposures a tad. Yes, I could do that in the future for sure. In terms of the log, I have a lot of. I actually film on an iPhone 15 too, for log. And I can for sure help you with that. Maybe not today, but in the future for sure. It's looking nice, guys. It's looking nice already. Split tone. Definitely want to enable split tone. This is adding different complementary colors together. I'm just seeing what kind of accentuates. I like that. On, off, on, off. I kind of like the blue tones in it. Maybe let's turn it down. And he's looking like crazy orange, so we'll fix that too. He's out of focus though, so it doesn't really matter. But let's look at what this is doing. So that's before and that's after. This is one node, literally one node. And it's doing that much. I do like the vignette. I don't want to vignette too much because like don't want halation. Yes, sir. So I have lots of videos planned in the future, Bayo. Thank you for popping in and asking that question. I'm really focusing in on YouTube um, this year. And so I have a lot of content planned. I'm locking in, and the reason why I'm doing these live streams is one, to keep me accountable for editing, and two, to learn as much as I can with people. I feel like I wish I had this, like, just to chill with somebody and like learn with them. So I'm planning on live streaming every weekday from 4:30 p.m. actually 4:45 p.m. Central to around 6:45 Central. And I hope to just like chill, edit, learn, grow, and answer people's questions to the best of my ability. And yeah, just hang out and chill and get to know you guys. That's my main goal. But I'm really liking some of these images already from the trip. Like when you throw a color grade on it and you throw some grain and stuff, it's looking nice, guys. It's looking nice. I like this shot a lot too. The blurriness is kind of like a Tumblr vibe. This as well. We're just messing with some color grades and trying to come up with a post for Instagram tomorrow. But my channel is all about travel videography, short films. I'm really into cinematography. I'm heavily inspired by the creators like Sam Colder. I love me some Christopher Nolan. So it's definitely like travel vibes, but like with a cinematic kind of niche. I love drone. I do a lot of drone stuff as well. So I fly lots of FPV drones, Mavic drones, DJI drones, and I love editing. Editing is one of my biggest passions. Yes, my IG is Fitzmasterson, FITZMASTERSON. I also have a TikTok. I have a schedule planned for the content for everything. I just got to do it, which is the hardest part, right? But there should be a lot of content getting posted to these accounts. All right, let's edit. This is a good postcard clip, really good postcard clip. So let's find the best spots for it. Bear Productions, where are you in your career? Are you very experienced or a professional? Are you doing this full time? Tell me about yourself as well. Would love to get to know what you're all about as well. This is a really good postcards clip. Let's move it up. Let's see what this probably will look crazy, but yeah, I don't like that. Let's see what this will look like on that. What do y'all think of the distortion on this? On these edges here? I think it's a little bit too much. I think this would actually be better for Prism. I think this would be a better Prism blur effect. Damn, I love this shot. Let's see if there's anything. Where's the best? I think this is one of the best spots for it. I wish it was like not like white tourists, you know. I wish it was more local vibes, but hey, that's Kyoto. Less tourism. Yeah, this looks freaking great. Let's mess with see, adding more saturation. I feel like I need to add a tad bit more, maybe more color boost. Make it a little bit more vibrant. Actually, I shouldn't be doing. I'm at the start of my career. I started with the school project and I introduced myself to a wedding photographer at my brother's wedding. Yada yada yada. Imposter syndrome now. I'm front at entry beginner. That's awesome. Well, if I plan on trying to teach people as at the best of my ability while I live stream. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. No question is a dumb question. I can go over anything that you would want me to, or that you're curious about. I'm loving this. I'm loving this a lot. We got some good postcards so far. So that's one there. Let's find some more bangers. Yes, sir. Central 4 to 6. Well, sorry, not 4. 4:45 to 6:45 every single day on weekdays, and I'll be posting them afterwards on my channel. I'm actually going to be changing that, so the live streams will be for the public, for anyone who wants to see, and then actually afterwards it's going to be uploaded to my Patreon account for those who want to go back and see it. It's going to be like a low monthly price, but really the best thing is to just be here during the live stream. I haven't set up the Patreon, so for now I'm just posting everything to the YouTube channel. Why did you add to that last postcard? Prism. What did you add to that last postcard? Prism, distortion. What are those effects? Yeah, let me show you. So to get these bars, I go to timeline, output blanking. I chose 2.35. 2.35. I don't want to overcomplicate it. Essentially makes it look anamorphic. It's like an anamorphic format. I love anamorphic lenses, and so I'm kind of trying to base my look on anamorphic look. So that's why I'm adding these blurs. So the one that's on right now is a prism blur, and I'll show you what's happening. So before and after. So this is without the prism blur. Looks good. I would be fine with posting this as is as well, but I'm trying to juice up my image a little bit, so I want to give it a little bit more character, and so it creates this interesting effect on the edges. But a key thing is to creating the mask. If I didn't have a mask, right, I'll show you. If I didn't have a mask and I just searched prism blur, it affects the whole image. It affects the whole image. I don't want that. Good night, man. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please do not forget to subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you on the future streams. I do not make proxies for heavy files. Actually, my main camera is a Red Komodo, and Red Raw. I don't know if you would consider as a heavy file. Actually, raw files edit pretty well. Um, and so no, I don't. Long story short, I don't. I don't create proxies for heavy files, but my computer is lagging a lot since I upgraded to Davinci 20. So I'm a little bit worried about that. Um, but to create a mask, but have a good night, man. Thanks again for stopping by. To create a mask, you go here, this circle icon here. This is where you get your mask. And then you go like this, and then you add the prism effect to the mask, and then you invert it. So it gets only on the edges. Creates that nice barrel distortion look. There's prism blur and there's radial blur. Radial blur gets you a crazier look. This is radial blur. It's more like a spherical effect on the edges, whereas prism blur is more subtle, and it just kind of blurs out the edge here. For this image, I'm liking the spherical look because everything's so like symmetrical in this shot. It just makes it look really unique in my opinion. I'm all about like finding ways of like making your work stand out, finding unique ways, just like finding things that you like and implementing in your footage and what makes you stand out. Like how do somebody sees that image, they could say, oh, that is like Gox did that, because I know if you know who Gox is, you're like, I know that was probably made by Gox by the way they made it. So I definitely like the blurring the images. Beautiful temple in Kyoto. I'm liking these so far. I really like this tree. I love bonsais. I'm a nerd for bonsais. Let's juice this image a little bit. Feeling like it's a little bit too orange maybe. These blurs look really good to affect the film. So you shoot on cinema line camera. How'd you begin your journey? I began my journey in 2019, I think. And I started with a GH5 and I took photos. So I started in photography. Ended up seeing lots of travel videos on the internet at the time, like 2016 through 2019. I was like obsessed with travel videos, and I was like, I need to make this my career somehow. I was still in college, hated what I was doing, and I was like, I gotta figure out how to do this. So just watched a bunch of YouTube tutorials, accumulated as much knowledge as possible. I would say I got into the cinema space like 2 years ago. I got my first cinema camera and I started really paying attention to cinematography, and like I would say before 2 years ago I was more interested in like social media posts, but I really fell in love with the art of videography and just like the art of all of this, rather than just like the clout and the social media stuff that you see every single day, like people driving Lambos and hot girls and stuff like that. It's like I try to avoid filming like that, and I try to stick to like appreciating the art. And so yeah, I love cinematography, I love videography, I love everything about it. It's just like what I'm super passionate about. I'm still looking for a look. I don't want to settle super fast for a specific look because I haven't found one I'm interested in. Yeah, I mean, it takes time. Mine is constantly evolving. Like This radial blur I literally just put on today, and the reason is because I've been shooting on anamorphic lenses. I have the Kato lenses, and I fell in love with the effects, the barrel distortion, and a lot of people like the anamorphics for that anamorphic flare, but to me, I could care less about the flare. Like, of course, if it's a nice flare, it looks cool, awesome, but like, what I really like about anamorphic is like the stretch and the distortion and the characteristics. So I'm trying to, knowing that now, I'm trying to emulate that in my, like, this was just shot on a $600 photography lens with autofocus, and now I'm like, how can I make it look more unique? And it's adding these characteristics. But you'll find your look for sure. I still haven't found mine. This is gonna be a hyperlapse, by the way, guys. It's gonna be that trendy. Actually, it's not really trendy anymore. I barely see hyperlapses. I still really enjoy hyperlapses though. When it's all said and done, it's gonna be a hyperlapse. Oh, this is what I really wanted to see, what the spherical look would I want to see how the spherical look will affect this image here. Let's just copy and paste it here. Ooh, that's dirty. I love it. That is so dirty. I really like it on this particularly. This bamboo forest was so cool, but it was so hard to capture. It was so hard to capture and do it justice. Let's find another bamboo shot because that looks really cool. Man, what is crazy? No, don't feel bad. I actually really enjoy the questions because it's like, this is the whole point of why I'm trying to live stream, is trying to, you know, talk with people. And it's really nice when people like actually want to know my opinions on things. It feels nice. I've been really liking manual focus, to be honest. I shot all of this on autofocus and I was getting really annoyed about some of what it was choosing to focus on. Some of it was like ruined a lot of really good shots, but at the same time, manual focus, you miss a lot of shots because it's not locked in fast enough for you. Ooh, I really like that. Like, it literally looks like I shot this on vintage glass. So I'm a big fan of manual glass, but there's a lot of problems with manual glass too. Like, I have to use so much more gear for my manual lenses, like my cinema lenses. I have to use a DJI LiDAR system. I have to throw that on my Komodo, and it's just like a kind of a nightmare. So I would say manual lenses, if you have a crew and you have time and they can help you with it, then yeah, manual lenses. But if you're one man manning through like a new place, I would say get that autofocus going, because that will most likely be the best option for you. In terms of like getting the shots. Oh, I'm really liking this look. What do you guys think of this look in the bamboo? I think it looks super sick.
Friend, I understand this much. You crushed me open.
I think this will be a frame here, a postcard. I think this is a postcard right here. This guy, this poor family didn't realize I was recording them. Stefan, how's it going, bro? Do you have more external disk drives? Because I struggle with the space on my laptop. You can store everything that I film. Yes, I have a huge problem, and I actually have like 70. Actually, I have around 40 terabytes of footage on a NAS system that literally got clogged the other day, and I had to like figure that out. It was a mess. I have maybe 7 2 terabyte SSDs. What was this recorded on? This was recorded on the Sony ZV-E1. And guys, I will tell you, I think that is my new favorite camera. I've shot on a Panasonic GH5. I've shot on Canon R6 for multiple of years. I was shooting on Canon cameras, Panasonic cameras. I have a Panasonic S9. In terms of a travel camera, I also shoot with a Red Komodo. In terms of a travel camera, the Sony ZV-E1, highly recommend. If you guys are looking for something run and gun, ZV-E1. Ethan, thank you for asking me that. Thank you for asking me that. It's a trick. I'm tricking you, not purposefully. I guess purposefully. It's good that you're thinking that it's a lens, but I'm just using a blur. I'm using a radial blur. I'll show you this. I'm using a $600 Tamron lens on a ZV-E1, but what's happening is this radial blur, and I actually am testing this out. This is the first time I'm using this blur. I used it here. Looks sick. I was like, okay. Yeah, so there's two that I'm working with and trying to figure out which one I like more. Yes. Yep. Guaranteed. I was shooting this one on the 28-70 Tamron lens on the ZV-E1. And I got the ZV-E1 for a really good deal. Try to find it used. A lot of people have gotten it not knowing like how powerful it is. And so yeah, this is pretty crazy, right, guys? I think I've found my look. Like, I think this is what I'm gonna do, like, for the majority of my images. Sorry, I kind of have ADHD. You could find the ZV-E1 on Facebook Marketplace, guaranteed. A lot of people got it for like content creation, but they didn't really understand that the ZV-E1 has the same sensor as the FX3. It's basically the same camera as the Sony a7S III and the FX3. It has dual base ISO at 640 and 12,800 ISO. So it's a beast at low light. It's so tiny. I have it over here. It was actually, I was using it for the live stream. Super lightweight, affordable, highest quality. Like, this image coming out of it is so fire. But also Japan just looks freaking good. Like, it's hard to mess up footage from Japan. I would say. Let's throw it on some more. Ooh, guys, I already know it's gonna look really good on this. Like, really good. Oops. Oh, that's juicy. That is juicy. Yeah, I keep on getting distracted. There's 2 types of blurs that I'm messing with right now. Radial blur, which gives it a more like circular blur. Like, you can kind of tell it's like distorted in that way. And then there's prism blur, which is like more of a calm blur. But thinking I like I'm thinking I like radial more. So this is prism. You get a little blur and chromatic aberration on the edges. This is with nothing. This is with nothing. And then this is with radial. I really like the radial. So some of it I did, some of it I didn't. This was shot handheld on the ZVE1. That was shot handheld. This was shot on a Ronin. I'll show you the Ronin I got. It's the mini, super small one that just came out. I had to be light because I've literally, when I got my Komodo, it was like I was like taking it everywhere. Like I would hike it up a mountain and it would be like super heavy. I would have V-mount batteries. It would be risk of it. I mean, I would. This particular shoot was in Norway, hiking during the winter on a mountain, and I was like slipping and I was like protecting the Komodo instead of like myself, and so I would get injured and the camera would be fine, but after a while that thing is like so heavy, so kind of clunky. No, it's actually full frame. It's full frame. And so I was like, I need to figure out what, like I need a travel camera. I had the R6. I hated the stabilization in the R6, the jello effect in the corners. I really did not like it. And so I knew I wanted to go Sony, especially with the FX3 and everything. And so like this is shot on the gimbal. What was this recorded on TV on? What lens? Okay, you said I was just in Osaka visiting my brother the other month. Such a beautiful place. He teaches Hokkaido. Hopefully I said that right. Hokkaido. That's awesome, dude. Japan was one of the coolest places I've ever been, and I loved the people there. They were so nice. Like I thought that it might be like a little bit like maybe judgmental because we have a stereotype in America that's like we're like loud Americans and stuff, but they were so nice. Damn, you throw that blur on and you got yourself like a crazy looking image. It might be too much though. Like for instance, this one. Yes, yeah, the hyperlapse. I shot that on a gimbal. I have no idea how it'll turn out, but by the way, guys, I will be editing the hyperlapse on the live stream. So if you've ever been interested in how to do hyperlapses, I will be doing it maybe this week or next week. Yeah, I think that's a good call. Canon, fantastic photo camera. And honestly, it's a fantastic video camera as well. I just got really picky because I would get a lot of jello distortion in the edges. And I really didn't like it. But I think this hyperlapse is going to be really nice when it's finished. It's not stabilized at all right now, so. But yeah, I definitely use the gimbal for that. And this is like the fastest way of doing hyperlapses instead of taking photos and stuff. But guys, thank you for commenting and stuff. The best way that you could support me is one, to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also follow me on Instagram and keep up with when I'm live streaming, I'd love to connect with you guys on there. My Instagram is at Fitzmasterson. Feel free to subscribe here on YouTube as well. FITZMASTERSON. Would love to connect on different platforms. Thank you so much, Ethan. We got this cool. Let's see if there's any more. This is a nice shot too. Let's throw this. Yeah, so what I'm going to be doing, so how I want to view the live streaming is to be extremely creative. Like, I want to do my YouTube posts like privately, release them later, but like I want to be creating like my Instagram reels and like creative edits and learning on stream. So like I'm gonna be learning Blender and Unreal Engine on stream eventually as well. It's basically a way for me to be dedicated to like progressing. I feel like I've been so stagnant in editing of like doing the same things over and over and over again, but I want when I go on the live stream to just like mess with things. Like for instance, like this radio blur, I've never used this on my clips ever, but like I want to try it out and I want to see if it looks good. I want to see what other people's opinions are too, and like just have a sandbox and an outlet to just try new things without like feeling stressed out by like needing to create but I appreciate you a lot. I'm glad that hopefully you see some value in the streams, and hopefully I can help you throughout as well if anything you want to ask or anything like that. Wow. Sentimental. So I think this is a good verdict of these blurs. I think that they're really unique and cool, and I think it gives it a nice taste. I'm glad that turned out well. Let's try to find. Let's edit one more clip. This is me being a model, as models do. Actually, my girlfriend filmed this. She did a really good job. Really good job. Let's do this then. Let's see how it looks on this image. So this image is a lot brighter than the others, so we need to bring down highlights and also bring up contrast a lot in this image. So the way I do that, bring up contrast, decrease shadows a good amount, and then highlights need to come down a lot. And this look that's on there right now is a film look. I'll go through what look is on it. Oh, actually, the film look is not on here. Damn, the edges got really vignetted from the ND filter. That's gonna be a problem, I think. Is that what's going on, or what's going on here? Oh, okay. That's what's happening. Dang, yeah. The ND filter created a really strong vignette on the edges. That's not good, because I shot a lot of it with 6 to 9 ND filters. I add the music in first. Right now I'm just kind of pulling my favorite clips and messing with them. I'm just like kind of color grading right now. But if I were to actually edit, I'll be editing tomorrow. So if you guys want to tune in tomorrow, I'm gonna go from start to finish, like some edit. I'll do some sort of edit tomorrow. It'll probably be like an Instagram reel. But the problem with editing on stream is I can't use copyrighted music, and I like using copyrighted music for my Instagram. And so I'm gonna have to use like music bed. Actually, you know what? I have a perfect. I actually have to do a lens distortions campaign, so I'm gonna do like a lens distortions stream using their assets. So that's music and visual effects and all of that. I'll do that, and that way I won't get copyright music. I'm actually going to try to get rid of this vignette going on here. So the way I'm doing that is creating a mask and inverting it on the edges to make it look a little bit better. Something like that. Just so this vignette is not as crazy as it is. And also what I want to do with this image is change the grass. The grass is kind of a weird color. I want to make it a little bit more yellow and a little bit more like I want to bring down the luminance of it a lot, so I'll show you how to do that. So I like this color a lot. It brings out the yellows in the trees as well. To bring down luminance of things, go to your curves and go to hue versus loom, pick your yellows and then just drop them down. Basically you're making your yellows darker. Can you guys see the difference there? And I think that's a pretty sick shot. I'm still not a big fan of the greens. I might want to desaturate them actually. I think they're a little bit much. Yeah, I'm loving the edges. It's great to know that you can shoot it on relatively affordable lenses and get a really vintagey look. Like, I'm really happy with Davinci. Davinci is like such a good editing platform. It's crazy. Like everything that they give you in a software, and it's like a one-time payment. This isn't sponsored at all by Davinci, by the way. It's a one-time payment, and they give you just so much to work with. Like the fact that I can just add 35mm grain on my image is so sick. So I'm really dirtying up the image, but I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I dirtied up this image a lot. Yeah, you know, I'm not a colorist. I would say that I really enjoy color grading, and I've been color grading for a long time. But like, as you can see, I don't have like a strict format. I kind of just go based on feel. Like this image, probably, if I were to work on it more, I would somehow get more contrast out of this image. But yeah, I mean, I just push things and see what happens, and I bring them back, and then try to see if I've gone overboard on what I've done. I think that's just like just tweaking a bunch of stuff. That's what I did in Lightroom when I had photos. I did that a lot in Lightroom too. I just love how this grass looks. Guys, I also want to show you some of this other footage from Japan. Ooh, let's see how this looks. This shot. Let's see how this looks. With everything that we've been doing. All the craziness we've been doing. Let's apply it to this. I don't know, it looks pretty badass, in my opinion. I think it looks really cool. It goes into like blurriness right here. Get my nodes back. Let's bring down these highlights. Bring up shadows. Add contrast. Let's cool it off a little bit. Yeah, that looks pretty sick. When you add some sound effects to it, this one's even better, I think, of an example. I think just like not being afraid to mess the image up, and then like, because like you can always just go back and fix it if it's like really crazy looking. And I need to learn how to push color grades. Like there's colorists that just like can just like add a ton of like, I don't know what they do, but they can make an image look so good by like adding so much color to it in a way that I don't know how to do yet. Like somebody could make this look like a desert if they wanted to, but for me, like I don't know how to add that much like warmth and create a creative look like that. But anyways, guys, it was great meeting you guys. I hope to see you guys in future live streams around this time. Again, 4:45 p.m. to 6:45. I went a little bit over today, but I had a bunch of technical issues at the beginning of the stream. I'm glad that you guys are here. Glad that those who stuck around, I'm very grateful for you. And yeah, I want to see you guys around, and I want to help you guys as much as I can while I continue developing my skills, trying to develop my skills in editing and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and play my outro, and I will see you guys on the next one for sure. Thank you, Jackie. You're chilling the whole time. I didn't know you're in here. You're supporting. Didn't know. I'm glad that you were here. You're adding up the view count for sure. Where is my? I have my own little outro that I think the song is pretty sick, to be honest. So thank you guys. Thank you very much. I will see you guys on the next stream. Monday through Friday, the grind continues. Thank you very much.
Today I depart. Meet the grand anatomy like a breeze curled in the embrace of the world's tepid branches. Think my father sung to a bird, the song unwritten, two mouths opening, closing to one another. And I will think my waltz to you, how it ripples and writhes in dim evening glow. This is how I write it, back and forth, triple time. How nobody writes a love song since.